Hey friends, welcome back. I've talked a lot in some of my videos about how I plan out my week. Today, I want to show you what that looks like for me in hopes that it will give you some realistic ideas for finding a system that works for you. I have used a planner every year for the past 18 years. I would show you some of my favorites from the past, but well, I've decluttered them. Big surprise. All joking aside, I know that in today's technological world, a lot of people don't use paper planners anymore. For me, I want to be able to see and touch my daily and weekly tasks every day. I don't usually carry my planner with me outside of my house unless I'm going to be in a meeting where I want to take notes. So I normally just have my phone with me, and if I schedule a doctor's appointment or a dentist visit or a hair appointment, I will add that to the calendar in my phone. My husband bought me a planner that I loved for Christmas in 2015, and I used the same brand nearly every year since. When I went to order the same planner at the beginning of last year, much like everything else in the world, I was surprised at just how much the price had jumped. I decided that it was more than I wanted to pay, so I went looking for a comparable but inexpensive alternative. I went to the store looking for one and discovered it wasn't just the planner that I used to buy, but it seemed that all the planners had gotten so pricey. I began thinking about a possible alternative and how I could still have the same layout but without the cost. I was looking for a few things. I was looking for a layout with a section with lines for each day of the week. I needed a calendar for each month in there somewhere for my meal planning. Ideally, there would be a spot for me to add in goals for the week. While looking at the planners at the store, I found that none of them had what I wanted at a price that I was actually willing to pay. I realized I could use a blank notebook, and it actually may work better. I didn't want a standard school notebook as it seemed a little too wide for my likes. I wanted it to still feel like a planner. I found this 5-star brand notebook for about $2.25 in my area at the time of this filming. You can get it just about anywhere. It's 9.5 inches by 6 inches. If you don't care about the size, then you can get a cheaper basic notebook just about anywhere. Considering the fact that the one I was initially going to buy was about $18, I thought this was a pretty good deal. Since I was doing this as I was going along, I decided that for my monthly calendar, I would just print out a calendar page to put on the left-hand side of the page at the beginning of each new month. This is where I schedule out meals. In my video, Easiest Meal Planning System, which I'll link below, I talk about how when I do my meal planning, I plan for an entire month at a time. On the right-hand side, I would make a list of known commitments that I had for that month. Things that I knew would be coming up. Then I'd turn the page and start a new spread for each week. This has been working so well for me. Let me tell you how I set up a weekly spread. Every Sunday night, I sit down and plan out my week. This just seems to be when I have a quiet minute to myself where I can sit and really think and plan. I start by writing the date at the top. I plan starting with Monday through Sunday. I start with making a to-do list at the top. This is a list of things that need to get done at some point during the week. First, I start with big things. Appointments, commitments, things that I need to be present for or that I need to make sure get done. I write those in. This is where I consult the calendar on my phone to see if I had scheduled in any appointment either for me or for anyone in my family, and then I add those to my planner. I also talk to my husband and see what he has going on that week, see if there's anything that affects our family. He and I talk about anything that we want to do as a family this week and when we want to do it. And that goes on the list as well. I'll add things here such as returns I need to make, errands I need to run, anyone I need to call or text, appointments I need to set up, whatever. I will even add in things that I want to get done even though they're not obligations that I have to anyone but myself, such as take the kids to the library. After that, I add in goals, ways I want to improve this week. This is often only one item, occasionally 2, but never more than 3. I never let myself go more than that. The point of this is to think of a pain point or something that I'm struggling with. I have written a myriad of different things here. If I'm really struggling to have patience, I'll write more patience with whatever, thinking of what that's going to look like for me to meet that goal. If I'm wanting to start something new, I'll add take a step toward blank and detail it out. If I want to be on my phone less, I'll list that as a goal. The point of this is self-betterment, not self-overwhelm. No one ever sees this besides me, so I'm very honest. What is it I really want to do better at this week? I think of this as a commitment to myself. Then I move on to scheduling items from my to-do list onto which days I want or need to get them done. Another helpful tip, I add in household tasks. This may sound odd, but I have found that a major part of getting stuff done around the house is to schedule it in. I'll talk more about this later. I also have things that show up on the same day every week, such as grocery shopping. This is something I need to get done, so as mundane as it seems, I'm going to add it in here too. This is also a great way to help yourself form a habit. Schedule in things you're trying to form habits around. I've shared in a couple of videos how I go through my kids' art bins every Friday. I keep that on my list and it helps keep that habit in place. Think of how you can really make this planner work for you in forming habits and systems to help your life run more smoothly. The key to the success of this planning system is this. I look at this every morning. It's part of my morning routine. This is how I remember which things I need to get done, and it's also a reminder of what goals I'm working on. Now, for a caveat, this is not meant to be a comprehensive compilation of everything in your life that in a perfect world you would get done this week. This is meant to be an honest, realistic plan of how you're aiming for your week to play out in terms of what you need and want to get done. We all know that life happens and that things on to-do lists often don't get done. For me, breaking it down day by day takes a lot of the overwhelm out of it, and it helps me get things done that are on my to-do list. Another reason I like using a notebook instead of a planner. If I mess up, I can always tear it out and start a new page. This has a lot more space and is a lot more flexible than other planners that I've used, and for a fraction of the cost. It is by far more customizable. I find this notebook has more space than any other planner that I've ever owned. Okay, I want to switch gears for a minute and talk about my cleaning schedule. I mentioned my cleaning schedule in a previous video, but in essence, I have compiled a cleaning schedule based on the tasks that I need to get done around my house. This is a realistic list of things I need to get done in order to keep my home functioning as best it can. Having a cleaning schedule initially sounded so restrictive to me, but it has made a huge difference in how clean I'm able to keep my house. It helps me not feel so overwhelmed, and it helps me not feel like I'm always just doing the most pressing things and always trying to play catch up with the tasks around the house. My home stays cleaner with the cleaning schedule, and it makes it easier for me to keep it clean because I know exactly what needs to be done and when. My cleaning schedule goes by days of the week, so I know exactly when I want tasks to get done. So like I mentioned before, I add in household tasks into my planner. So when I'm planning my Monday, I know that I'm always aiming to wash towels along with any loads of laundry that didn't get done over the weekend. I'm also aiming to put away laundry from Saturday. I'm going to vacuum the second floor and the stairs. So I'm for sure going to write in my planner for Monday to wash towels and vacuum the second floor and the stairs. I'm only going to write in laundry if I didn't get it done on Saturday. I have other daily tasks like wiping down the counters and kitchen table and keeping on top of the dishes. But these are things that are more automatic and habitual since I usually do them as part of making a meal. I keep a copy of my cleaning list in my planner for easy reference when I'm planning my week. Scheduling in things like cleaning makes it way easier to get them done because I'm treating them like an obligation, like I would an appointment I have to keep. It also helps form cleaning habits. I do try to give myself grace when I don't get everything done for my cleaning schedule. I'll be honest, cleaning is not my favorite way to spend my time. But having these things planned out makes it easier to stay on top of them. And like with anything, when you stay on top of it, it makes it easier to maintain. I would love to hear in the comments below what method you use to plan your week. I love interacting with you in the comments and seeing you help and give each other tips and encouragement. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, friends. Have a great day.